Is your personal information safe from hackers and other criminals on the Obamacare website? Well, the answer depends on who you talk to.
The protections that we have put in place have successfully prevented attacks.
HealthCare.gov is not secure today. And nothing's really changed since the November 19th testimony. In fact, from our November 19th testimony, it's even worse.
That was the varying opinions of one government official on the one hand and one so-called white hat hacker at hearings today on the Hill, saying totally different things. So who is right? We brought in our own experts tonight with more on this. Mark Mayfrey, the Chief Technology Officer of Beyond Trust, and Kevin Johnson, the CEO of Secure Ideas. Kevin, I'll start with you. You were involved with analyzing the Obamacare website and the report that came out today. Who's right on this score? Is it safe or is it not safe?
Well, first, let me say thank you for having me on. It's a very simple answer. We're not safe. The site has significant flaws in security that will allow you to steal data and attack the users of it.
All right. Well, Mark, to you, you are one of those white hat hackers. You're one of those folks who go in and try to break things to see if you can so that the people putting out the website can fix it. How safe do you think this website is for consumers?
I think there's definitely still security issues that need to be addressed. And I think more to the point is some of the issues that have been found kind of simply off the cuff, if you will, really show kind of a bigger lack of security. And I think that the criminals who can go a lot deeper than us, quote unquote, White House could, are going to be able to do a lot more than even what's been discovered so far.
You know, Mark, your point's interesting because I've heard people say that the problems with the website show that whoever built the thing just really wasn't very sophisticated. What do you say?
I think most of the problems that have been found definitely show that. You know, I mean, this might be the one time in a lot of our different security careers where we're wrong on that point. But everything we've seen from some of the just most basic programming and development mistakes, anytime I've ever seen that doing any live assessment of a company and plenty of government organizations, it's always kind of been a bigger indicator of a lot more problems and a lot of security being an afterthought as something is rushed to market.
An afterthought as something is rushed to market. Kevin, to you. You were involved with this whole report. Tell us more about what's wrong with the site. What's going wrong? What should we know about?
Well, there's horrible problems with the site. This is exactly the type of problems we expect to see when we assess web applications that just haven't thought about security at all. They have everything from the ability to steal the user's data, so the people signing up, to actually using HealthCare.gov to pivot and attack the users themselves and compromise their home machines.
So not only could your information be stolen on the site, then they can come to your house, they can come to your laptop, to your iPad, and create havoc for you. I want to ask both of you, and I'll start with Mark. So Teresa Fryer was the Chief Information Security Officer who said things are going pretty darn well. Why is she doing that when it's so obvious to professionals in the business that that's just not true? Mark.
You know, they've probably had, and they have had some of their own assessments that might have indicated that to them. But, you know, I think one of the things that is lacking is it's kind of a very closed system. I think if they were to adopt more of what large successful companies like Facebook and Google do, where they were able to reach out and work more with the independent kind of security community, you'd actually find that there's a lot of vulnerabilities in simply having one or even two or three different security companies look at a site. For a site this important is not enough. It needs to be opened up even further.
Kevin, what do you say?
I think he's absolutely correct. The idea is that we're going to say it's fine based on what they're looking at, but having somebody else do a comprehensive test is critical, and I really like the idea of even opening it up to a bug bounty program, similar to how Kate Masouras did at Microsoft.
Wait, a bug bounty program? What is that?
Bug bounty programs are ways, as Mark was saying, reaching out to the community and working with security researchers and consultants like Mark and I to say, hey, we're going to give you a system that you can test, and when you find something, we'll reward you with that. Maybe a T-shirt, maybe cash.
So the idea is that you give people cash for finding problems, and this energizes a lot of smart young people who know how to look for this stuff. Mark, to you, I feel like people are trying to steal my identity everywhere I turn. And not only is it a problem for federal government websites, but, look, Target is having a major breach, big problems. I feel like I'm under assault on all fronts. Can this be fixed, or please don't tell me this is the way of the world now?
I don't think it's the way of the world. I think things get better. I think sadly, like so many aspects of our life, things get better through a lot of pain typically instead of being proactive. But definitely, the healthcare website is certainly a trophy, not just because of the data that it holds, but just for what it kind of actually means. So. It's a large target, and it has vulnerabilities as many other important sites. It's by no means alone, but at the same time, that's not an excuse for having any sort of lax security.
Mark and Kevin, thanks for coming on. I wish the news were better. Appreciate your help, though, and illuminating this very complex topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.